Okay guys, so Emily asked me to do a full makeup video for you guys on how to do the foundation, the eye makeup look, as well as show you guys how to use those glitters, okay? So let me do my foundation and everything first. So because you're doing guard makeup, you're going to want to use like a primer or setting spray first, because otherwise your makeup's going to sweat off throughout the day. So I usually use like a setting spray first, and then after I'm all done with my makeup, I know it sounds really weird, but it's like a really good Colorguard like kept secret to put hairspray all over your face, because that'll really set your makeup for you. Might irritate your skin a little bit, so if you have sensitive skin, just use a setting spray, but otherwise hairspray works really well. So you don't have to do this. I have a lot of redness in my skin, so usually I'll use a color corrector with green. So if you don't really do that, you don't have to. So just kind of fast forward through this part. Okay, then I usually just put my foundation on my hand, and you can use a brush, you can use a sponge, you can use your hand. Sometimes I use my hand, just depends on what foundation I use. This one's a little bit thicker of one. This is one that I would probably use for guard. Otherwise, if you have like a little bit lighter of foundation, you can just use your hands, like if it's just like a tint or something. But I like to use a sponge, so I'll just put some on my sponge, and then I'll put that all over my face and just kind of blend that in. And make sure you blend it onto your neck too. Okay, so after that, what you can do is you can go in with a concealer. I'll usually use my concealer underneath my eyes, around my nose here, for any areas that I have redness, and then I'll usually use it to cover up any like blemishes or anything that I have. And I'll usually use the same sponge that I use for my foundation. Okay, and then I'll just kind of go in and I'll cover any blemishes that I have. And you can use your finger with this. This is usually what I do. I just use like the little wand applicator. And I use it to cover, and then I just kind of blend it with my finger. Okay. All right, so after that, I'll usually go in with my setting powder and put some on certain areas of my face. You don't really want to put this all over your face because otherwise it's going to have like a really, really powdered effect. So usually I'll put it underneath my eyes, I'll put it around my nose, like basically the spots that you mainly will get oily, so that it can kind of control the oil. And then if you put it under your eyes before you do your eyeshadow, it'll catch a lot of the fallout, so you can wipe it away a little bit easier. But it also just helps to set that concealer underneath your eyes so this concealer doesn't wipe off while you're sweating and everything. And you can use, I use like the little floof thing that comes with this, but you can use a brush or a sponge or whatever you want. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do that eye look. So let me go ahead and stop. Actually, let me finish the makeup for the face first, and then I'll make a second video for the eye makeup look. So